Hello,
Hello.
welcome. We're here for day 2.
Woohoo!
It's good to see you guys. I love all these comments and so many funny ones. There's a couple funny ones and a
Yeah.
couple like talking about it's sunny and all that stuff. We love it. Beautiful day in north central Texas. It's actually beautiful in Ohio today too.
It is. It's warm.
But I
The
think
sun
I
feels
heard it's
warm.
going to snow tonight.
Oh. That's Ohio in February for you.
Yes, it is. Well, we're so thankful that you guys are back for day 2. Yesterday, it was so exciting. This whole thing has been exciting for us, but just so you guys know, yesterday was our most views live ever.
Yes.
In the history of Hoop Sisters, now 16 years in business. So we just want to say thank you so much for joining us, sharing this with your sewing buddies and all that good stuff. We so appreciate you. And we're looking forward to doing it again today, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So if you were not here yesterday, let us know in the comments. But if you weren't here yesterday, I just want to think we should introduce ourselves.
Yeah, so I'm Sarah Congdon, and I'm a designer and digitizer here at Hoop Sisters. And although we're not the Hoop Sisters, we are sisters in real life. And this is Aubrey.
Hello. We're glad to be here. And really what day 1 did was just give you a little taste of more to come when we actually start the masterclass sessions. We have 4 sessions coming March and then through April 1st. So we gave you a little taste of what that's going to look like yesterday in terms of stitching a block. Well, I just actually put a poll up in our VIP Facebook group earlier today and asked, what class or masterclass session are you most excited about? And the last time I looked at it, the winner was the Putting It All Together class.
Yeah.
That seems to be the class that most people are excited about. So we're going to get a little taste of that today, aren't we?
Yeah. We'll show you a little bit. You showed that to me just before, and the results really didn't surprise me. I think that's typically one of the most nerve-wracking things when you're doing quilt in the hoop is joining your blocks together, as well as sorry, I lost my train of thought now. Joining your blocks together as well as backing options, I think was like the second most liked on that poll.
Absolutely. And that makes sense. So that's definitely one of the things that one of the classes is going to cover. So we've got that all taken care of. So what are we going to do today? We're going to give you a little taste of.
We are going to do trimming. So we're going to trim our blocks. I'm going to show you the wrong way to trim, and I'm going to show you the right way to trim. And then we are going to show you a pinning technique to help you join your blocks together perfectly every time.
All right. So we're going to switch cameras.
Yes.
And we're going to get going. We're also going to do a recap of what we talked about yesterday. So you guys, one of the biggest questions we got was kind of what's included, what's the quilt, what's this and that. So we are going to definitely be looking at that today too. So do you want to trim first?
Yeah.
And then
let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so I've got 2 blocks. This applique block is what we stitched together yesterday. And then next to it, I have the stitch and flip block. So on the stitch and flip block, I'm going to show you the wrong way to trim, or this is actually how we used to trim before we came out with the Trimmer by George. So this is why the Trimmer by George is on our must-haves list for any of our projects, because trimming the old way is no fun. So I'm going to first do it with a pair of hoop scissors. I've just got a pair of hoop scissors mini. Any scissors would work for something like this, but I'll show you kind of why we don't recommend that you trim this way. So the old way would be to kind of trim. You can see my basting stitch, hopefully. I'm going to try to trim as close as possible right up to that basting stitch. And I'm just using my scissors. And the reason that we don't recommend this way is because inevitably, when you're doing this, you will either cut into the top of your block, or you're not going to get a nice smooth cut right along that basting stitch. Should have grabbed a pair of regular hoop scissors, but these work fine. So this is kind of what it's, I don't know how well that's showing on the camera actually, but it's a little jagged. It's hard to get very close to my basting stitch. And if you do this for every block, you are eventually going to trim into the front of your block. Trust us, we've done this many times. You don't want to trim your blocks this way. So another method that we used to use was we used an acrylic ruler, and then we would take the fabric on the front and just flip it back, and then put our acrylic ruler on the top and use a rotary cutter to trim, to try to get close to that basting stitch and trim that way. We don't like either of those methods because we have the Trimmer by George now for you, which is this amazing acrylic ruler that has this metal edge on it. And this metal edge is perfect for protecting the fabric on the front of your block while you remove the bulk from the seam allowance. So how you use this is you'll stand it right on that metal edge, shimmy it underneath the fabric on the top of the block, and then lay your Trimmer by George flat. Oh, I got a nice reflection there, don't I? You'll just take your Trimmer by George, make sure no fabric is sticking out right here, and then with a little gentle tug on the battleizer to get that metal lip as close as possible to your basting stitch. Now, next, I'm going to take a 60mm rotary cutter and trim away my battleizer. So let's do that one more time. So I'll take my Trimmer by George, stand it up on that metal edge, shimmy it underneath the fabric on the top of the block.
Oh, this isn't
And
the
then
wrong
lay
way
it
anymore.
flat.
I've got that still stuck up there.
Okay. And then lay it flat, make sure no fabric is peeking out, and then just a little gentle tug to get it as close to the basting stitch as possible. And then you do want to use a 60mm rotary cutter because there's a little extra height on your acrylic ruler because of that metal edge. And this is just helping us to quickly and easily remove the bulk from your seam allowance, which is perfect. And honestly, as I'm doing this, another reason you don't want to do that wrong way is just because it takes a lot longer.
Yeah, this is a lot faster.
This is a lot faster. Okay. So I've got this block trimmed, and I trimmed this block as though it's going to have a block joined on each side. And in Mary's Garden, this one will have a block joined on each side, so that's perfectly fine. And then just to finish trimming, we're going to trim a 1/4 inch from the basting stitch on the top of the block. So this is a great kind of 2-in-1 tool. You can remove the bulk from the seam allowance and then just turn it over, turn the Trimmer by George over and use it as an acrylic ruler as well. I honestly hardly reach for my larger acrylic ruler anymore. I use this for pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our block is trimmed up nicely.
Beautiful.
So one thing I do want to say is I'm going to use this block to demonstrate this. If you have a block that is going to have binding stitched to one side, you are going to you're going to trim that side a little different, that side where the binding will be. How you would trim that is you'll just take the acrylic ruler side of this, and this is pretty easy. Just trim a 1/4 inch from the basting stitch through all layers. So that's where your binding would be. But again, if you have another block that'll be joined to each side, you would just trim it the same way I just showed you on our previous block. I'm going to trim a couple more sides on here, and then we'll jump right into pinning if you want me to just go straight into that.
And the other thing is the instructions are so nice. We always tell you on the instructions.
Yes.
We show you, we have a blue line, a red line, and tell you exactly what that is.
Yes.
So there's really no guessing.
That's right. Okay, one more side on this. And then we'll talk a little about Frankenbat as well. Is anyone watching who has made Frankenbat before? Or is anyone watching who doesn't know what Frankenbat is? Okay. Flip this over and then trim a 1/4 inch from the basting stitch on all sides. I'm going to skip this side actually because I trimmed it as though I'll have binding stitch to it. I love this applique block. So pretty.
I see a what is Franken what? And then I see do it all the time. So we got
a little mix. Nice mix of people. It's perfect. Okay. So first First I think I'll show you guys Frankenbat and kind of what that is. So when I trim
Frankenbat makes Kathy happy.
Awesome. So when I trimmed my blocks, I kind of left in my scraps 2 pretty much equal sized scraps. They're pretty similar in size and length. So what you can do is you can hang on to those scraps and then just butt them up right next to each other. Just cut a straight line if you don't have a perfectly straight line, but butt them right up next to each other. And then just in your sewing machine, sew a zigzag stitch. You can use pretty much any polyester thread. I would use one, a neutral colored thread to match my battleizer if I'm doing this. Just sew a zigzag stitch right here. And then once you have a piece kind of Frankenstein together, I guess, you can hoop that.
Frankenstein together.
You can hoop that and then you can just stitch right on it like it's a regular old piece of battleizer. So that's a great way to save those scraps instead of just tossing them in the trash.
We like saving money.
Yes. Okay, let's pin. So the first thing when you are pinning is you are going to want to find match points on your blocks. So every blocks that you're joining together will at least have your corners that match. On this particular block, let me see if I can get a little closer. You have your quilting that will also match up as well. Aubrey, can you point out some of those quilting match points?
So like right here, they kind of come together.
Yep.
So there would be, so obviously here and here, but then where your quilting hits,
yep,
those are spots too.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, I needed another hand. So we're going to put our blocks right side together. And then I'm going to take one pin, and this will be called my anchor pin. I'm going to pin straight through the corner and then straight through the other corresponding corner on the other block. So see how my pin is straight through? It's not going down into my block, just straight through right at that basting stitch. Now I'm going to use another match point, which was my quilting that Aubrey just pointed out, and go straight through my block right at the basting stitch and my match point, and then straight through on the other block with my corresponding match point. I'm going to do that 2 more times for this particular block. And each time is at a match point. And then lastly on the corner. Okay. Now I've got 4 pins in there that are sticking straight through. Those are my anchor pins. Now I can take another pin, and right next to an anchor pin, I'm going to go through the seam allowance and then down into the block. Now I can pull out this anchor pin. The reason that we have the anchor pin is because it keeps your blocks from shifting as you are pinning down into the blocks. So then one by one, you can just work your way down, pinning down into the block and then removing the anchor pin. And then into the block and removing the anchor pin. This method is great. It really does help your blocks stay aligned when you're pinning so that as you're pinning down into them, they're not shifting. And then you'll just go over to your machine and stitch right along the basting stitch.
So when you're at the, what they're there, they're not going over this way. They're stopping here. Is that what you want them to do?
At the very, let me see, I'm going to use these. You can start at the very corner of your basting stitch, do 1 or 2 stitches back, and then come back forward. And you can stop a stitch or 2 right after that basting stitch.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All righty.
Oh, that's so cool to hear. I don't see this person's name, but they said your pinning instructions are right on. I've never been able to match up until I started following your instructions.
Awesome.
Those anchor pins really are super helpful.
That's awesome.
Could someone use clips for this part? Now, this is probably a matter of preference. Try it out, but
you can try it. I wouldn't feel comfortable using clips. I would be nervous that you honestly, I don't know how I would line it up using clips. I don't know that you can get it lined up better than using the pins like this. And Carol, I would really recommend that you just give this a try. I know sometimes when you're pinning blocks together, it's a little nerve-wracking, right? But give this anchor pin method a try because I think that you'll really like it.
Okay. I am going to pop this back up in here because we want to just make sure that we're recapping a couple important points from yesterday. If you guys have questions, keep them coming. Sarah will catch them and we'll make sure to get your questions answered. As long as they're not flying fast and furious, we should get to them. So So we do have some local quilt shops that have this on their website available to download from them. They also carry the products. They have the free gifts, they have the bonus, and they're able to use the 10% off promotion too. So go ahead and get a hold of them if you have one in your area. We did go over them yesterday. Here's the second page. And we also posted them in our VIP Facebook group. So if you're going, okay, I want to check this out and see if my local quilt shop has it, there they are. We also have 3 in Canada, in Ontario, British Columbia, and Alberta. So those are listed at the bottom. So if you're in Canada, support them as well. This just makes it so that you keep your local quilt shop in your neck of the woods so you can go shopping. Speaking of, should we talk about the very limited number of fabric kits and how they could potentially be gone?
They might be gone already.
Might be gone now because there was just 2 fabric kits left when we started this live. So they might, what's that? Okay, Annie says there's 2. So if that was something that you're thinking, if you don't have a quilt shop near you that has fabrics, just know that can you flip to my next?
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I was pinning a comment.
Yeah. So just you can keep pinning comments, and that way we can answer some questions for you guys. But we just want to, again, just clarify and recap. So we do have this available digital download only, which is great because you had a couple small changes you made we need to talk about too.
Yes. Okay. So thank you to, I believe it was Robin and Lori told me about 2 little changes to make, 2 errors that I made and I have corrected. So if you have not downloaded yet, you're fine. You'll get those when you download them.
Yeah.
But one of them was for the table topper. The trimming instructions were incomplete. So I updated those and made those correct. And then the other was just there was a duplicate page number and a page number was incorrect. So both of those are fixed. So thank you to Robin and Lori for letting us know about that.
We will go over the fabric stuff. Give us just a moment and we will do that because we do have it in front of us. I saw that question come up as well. So we just kind of want to make sure everybody is on the same page with what you get, because this was one of the big questions yesterday, right?
Yes. Sorry. I'm also,
hold
on, let me pin this. I'm not a great multitasker, I've discovered. Okay.
Yes, you are.
So what is included for $59? You will get the design files for the Mary's Garden design. That's back here. And it has both the wall hanging project as well as the table runner project. And those come in 5 and 8 inch blocks. Obviously, you also get step-by-step instructions. You also included in that $59 are the 4 printable guidebooks, as well as links to access and join us for the 4 virtual live classes with live Q&A. And it's only for MasterClass members.
Someone asked how many pages print for the workbook. And honestly, we talked about, should we go get that number? We said this yesterday. And we're like, I don't think we're going to need it. So honestly, I don't know.
If I had to guess, it's probably between 35 and 40 pages of information. But it also included in that are instructions at the end of each guidebook, like step-by-step instructions. And you do not have to print it. Don't feel like you have to print it. It just depends on what you like. I'm a paper person. I like to print. Some people like things just to pull them up on their computer. So whatever works for you.
And we will say not a lot has changed in the guidebook if you did MasterClass last year, because we did have a former version.
The design is different.
The design's different because honestly, the technique is the technique, right? So, okay, so that's what's included. You get all of that. And we do have, I think Sarah said this, the replays will be available too. So
real quick, Pam said, if we downloaded yesterday, should we re-download? Yeah, I would re-download just to get the updated information so that when you're trimming that table topper, you're not going to trim it wrong. But yeah, I would just go ahead and re-download, Pam. And then, like I said, the biggest change were the trimming instructions on the table topper.
Okay. And I'm going to pop this back up there. Okay. And then we do have the approximate finished sizes on screen if you want to talk about that quickly, just so you guys are aware of the sizes.
Yeah. So again, it comes in a 5-inch block and an 8-inch block. You can see the wall hanging and the 5-inch block is 19.5 by 19.5. Or if you do the 8-inch block, it's 31 by 31. And then also listed there are the table topper instructions. And one thing about the table topper is you can make that smaller if you want, just by stitching fewer blocks. Or if you have a larger table and you want to make it larger, just stitch another row or two of blocks and you can kind of customize it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be people doing that because I've seen a couple of comments that they're like, we can't wait to play with this, make it a little bit bigger, that sort of thing.
Or even change the layout a little bit.
Yes.
Lots of options for it.
Yes. Okay. So we did want to go over just again, real quick, just so everybody knows, we do have the virtual class dates are set. The topics are set. So these are the 4 masterclass sessions that we're going to have starting March 11th is back to basics. March 18th is stitch and flip. March 25th is applique and backing options. And then April 1st, this is no April Fool's joke. We're going to be putting it all together and we're going to walk through all of that together. Webinar style for just the people who are ordering and participating. And the thing that we get asked questions on all the time, yes, you will have a replay. So if you're like, hey, I'm at work, I can't really do this. And I'm not going to mention any names, but I know some of you do that. But anyway, we will send you the replays. So you will be able to watch that when it's more convenient for you. And replays are great because you can stop, rewind.
Yes.
Figure it all out, all that good stuff, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so if you have not yet participated, we highly encourage you to do so before tonight at midnight, or if you're like me, before 9 o'clock when you fall asleep, because we really do give you the best pricing options during our workshops. So what that looks like is basically if you get any of the forms of battleizer, the sizes, meaning you pick the 5-yard or the 15-yard and get the design. When you put both of those in your cart, it's actually going to pop the bonus in free, which is going to save you $15. And it's going to give you 10% off. And there have been a lot of people who have taken wonderful advantage of the fact that you're going to get that 10% off. And I've seen a lot of 15 yards going out the door.
Yes.
Which is great because it's just going to save you money because battleizer, even the shipping part of it, we haven't even gotten to yet. It can be expensive to get to you. So this is a really great time to order it and buy it. So during the workshop, if you get just the battleizer and or the 5-yard battleizer and the design, you're going to save $24.29. You're going to save more if you get the 15-yard bolt as well, just because it costs more and you get that 10% savings.
You're fine. You can go ahead.
Okay.
I see what I was going to do still. So
all right. So do you want to answer a couple questions and then we can talk about this bonus?
You want to? Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Go ahead, because
Lori
I know you start a bunch.
4 15-yard bolts.
Get it, girl. She knows a good deal when she sees someone.
Okay, Kathy asked, is wash away thread used on both top and bobbin thread when basting? Right. I am guessing yes. No, it is actually not. You can just put wash away thread in your needle, leave just a regular pre-wound if that's what you're using. In your bobbin. You don't need to put wash away in your bobbin.
And this is definitely something so Sarah was actually talking about making like an FAQ document to add to the people who are participating's information. And that's going to be on it for sure. So there's going to be a lot of really great tips shared throughout this.
Okay. So Pat said, I ordered everything yesterday. When are the instructions and design given for the download? So Pat, those are actually available to you right now. If you've already purchased, you'll just want to log into your account on our website.
And I'm going to show this at the end. Yeah. So I don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
No,
but when we get to the end where we're finished answering questions and going through the recap, I am going to go over to the website and show anyone who isn't familiar with that how to access it. So we are going to do that. I'll probably do the giveaway just before, and then anyone who is unsure about that part can just hang on with us for a little bit.
Okay, going on to the next one. I have a multi-needle machine. She is asking about stops and if those are automatically included in there. They are not. If you have a multi-needle, you will need to manually program those in. On to this one. And Miss Dawn is saying, if I'm already working on the fleur-de-lis quilt, will I learn anything new from the masterclass? Honestly, Dawn, I'm inclined to say yes. I think that no matter how long you've done Hoop Sisters, you're probably going to pick up something new. However, if you feel very confident and comfortable in the quilt and the hoop technique, then one of the only reasons really to order would be because the design is really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
You pretty much, you know what you're doing if you're doing fleur-de-lis, I will say. But there's always, like, even sometimes somebody just asks a question.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I never thought about that. And then we give an answer. So I don't know. It's up to you.
At the price point, I would say you're basically getting the masterclass part of this for free at the price point. So you would just purchase it if you're very confident, just because you like the design. And there's no need for you to attend the classes then. Okay. Does 5-yard battleizer do 2 wall hangings? So,
that's a good question,
Vicki,
too.
that depends on the size block that you're going to make. I'm going to say, Vicki, that you're going to make an 8-inch block. Let me know if that's right or wrong. I'm not sure.
You're going to make, that's what you're doing. We're telling you.
That's my guess, because I see Vicki around here a lot. So I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But if you're making a 5-inch block, you can make 2 wall hangings with the 5-yard battleizer. If you are making an 8-inch block, you would want to get either two packages of 5 yards of battleizer or the bolt. Okay. I would say go with the bolt if you're making an 8-inch block and you want to make 2 wall hangings.
Okay, cool.
See, I was right. She is making an 8-inch.
See, that you know.
Good guess.
Okay. All right. So let's talk quickly about the bundle bonus, which is up on screen right now. And Vicki said she actually has a bolt, so you're good to go.
Yeah.
The bundle bonus. So we like to give a free gift when you register to join us. And then we also like to give you an extra little gift if you order the bundle, which to us, the bundle means the battleizer and the design. Okay. And the battleizer, again, it could be the 5 yards if you just want the little pack, or it could be the big one. But that will get you 10% off. Plus it'll automatically pop in this bundle bonus, which is so cute. And we can hold this up and show it. I know this camera, they were saying, was really blurry when we started. So I was trying to just leave the slides up because I think it's a little bit.
Technology is crazy. You can do the same thing one day.
Well, it should be better because we plugged into the internet directly and everything. But that's okay. We're going to try it anyway. So it's kind of, what is this? What is this called?
It's just a cute little pen holder. And
what is this though?
Elastic.
Elastic. Thank you. I couldn't think of it.
Elastic. Yep. So just a fun little pen holder that you can customize the size of your elastic. And there's like a simple little math formula in there for you to customize it to get the perfect size.
Okay.
For your binder.
And I think this is so clever because we're doing masterclass sessions.
Yes.
So if you get a notebook and you print your guidebooks and you pop that on there, how fun. So awesome. I love that. They said our camera's better now. Thank goodness. Who knows?
I don't know. Technology, seriously.
Maggie, get with Nina. I'll pop Nina's information on if the bonus didn't pop in. We did have a little hiccup on that yesterday, but she did go back and it was her turn to mess up.
Yeah.
Everyone takes a turn. But anyways, reach out to Nina. She will help you out. All right. Now let's get back in here because this will also pop in your cart. Is it this one, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It will also pop in your cart if you spend $84, I think it is.
$84, yeah.
So $84 worth of things. So if you already have like a bolt of battleizer in your closet and you don't need that, you can still get this part. Now you won't get the 10% off unless you get the design and the battleizer. So just keep that in mind. We didn't spend a lot of time on this slide yesterday, but all of these things we highly encourage you to get. We do talk about them in the master class. Yes. Do you want to show the strip stick?
Yeah. Someone I think asked yesterday and I just remembered. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There is a camera right here, isn't there?
Yeah. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, that works. So
I wasn't telling you. I was just asking you.
Honestly, I forgot about it. I was going to hold it up to the other camera. Okay. So the strip stick, it's quite long. Can't fit it all on camera. But this is, I think what's inside here is probably like a piece of wood. or something. Annie might know exactly what it is, but then it's got this nice cover on it. So what you use this for is if you are using wool in your blocks, you don't want to lay your blocks flat to press those seams. You want to, I don't have any blocks.
I know, I was looking, but it's too clean in here. I don't know what happened.
I'll use this one. I'll
There
use
you
our
go.
table topper. But when you're pressing your blocks, if you had wool in here, you would just lay your seam right over the strip stick, and it just provides a little kind of small elevated platform so that you're not pressing your entire block flat. And then you can just use your iron gently right along that seam to get a good press on your blocks. So that's what the strip stick is for. So if you don't want to use wool, you don't need to get the strip stick. If you are using wool, I would say the strip stick is probably a must-have item. And then what else was on our list?
Well, also it's so inexpensive. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say the price because I don't want to get it wrong because there's like change involved, but it's cheap. It's like under $15
Yeah.
For that strip stick, and it'll make it so you can press a lot easier. So all of these are going to be mentioned during the masterclass sessions. We're going to talk about why we use them.
Mhm.
They're the recommended tools for the project. So just highly we can't recommend them enough. Like this is probably what you're going to want to get.
Yep.
So this is all in that tab. And Nina, if you could drop that link, but it's, that's not what I wanted. I'm all over the place. If you go to the tab that Nina's about to drop into the comments, it will have all this stuff right there. So you don't have to guess. You'll see it all there. So you can just add it to your cart there. Okay. Is there anything else on here that you want to specifically talk about before I move on?
I don't think so. I think we've talked about most of it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So wrapping things up again, we will answer any questions. So I'm going to get rid of this, pop this over here so Sarah can check out the questions. Carol said she calls it her speed bump stick. Isn't that funny? It is kind of like a little speed bump. Too cute. So here's the deal. We always do the limited time pricing. We always do the bundle bonus, but we have added a lot of extras because we really want this to be something where it feels like a no-brainer to go from maybe new to quilt in the hoop to super confident in your skills and quilt in the hoop. So that's why we've added a lot of extras. Another question that we got yesterday, and I'm just going to say this too, the masterclass is the same as the Mary's Garden design. Okay. So it's all kind of the same thing. You're going to get the two designs, which is the wall hanging and the runner. It has the two sizes in there. It also has printable guidebooks, the virtual class sessions. What are you laughing at?
Vicky said, but I save on shipping if I think she means if she orders it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You will. And shipping is not cheap. So we will take care of your shipping if you get there. So anyways, it's got the printable guidebooks, the sessions, and then also the fabric kits are maybe gone. There was 2 left, just 2 when we started. So if that is still visible on the website, I highly encourage you to snatch that up.
I'll share the fabric colors in a moment.
Yep.
And what line it is.
And then we got all the supplies. You get the 10% off if you get the bundle. And then last but not least, it takes a while to get through all these awesome things. We do have free shipping that ends tonight at midnight. All of this ends tonight at midnight. If you're shipping within the contiguous US and your order total is $199 or more, okay? That'll save you some. If I'm going to spend the money, I feel like I don't want to spend it on shipping.
No.
I would rather have like a physical
fun stuff.
Yeah, something that I have in my hand.
Something to play with.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Do you have questions you want to go over?
You want to read that one while I work on, hold on one second.
You want me to read it and do it?
Okay. Colors on, let's do colors first since I have that one up there. So I'll just kind of show you on what we have back here.
Do you want me to hold it up?
What?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Right here. I keep forgetting about this camera, huh? Okay. So colors on the fabric. So this is a dark green. I think someone was saying, is that dark gray? What is that? This is a dark green and it is called Jungle. And all of these fabrics are from Michael Miller's Cotton Couture line. So this is Jungle. This is a lighter grayish green. And it's called Haze. This one over here is called Vanilla.
That looks vanilla to me.
Yep. And then this one is Geranium. So it kind of gives you an idea.
And there's a fabric information within, maybe
honestly,
not specifically for this, but a fabric and thread key.
Yes, there's a fabric and thread key in all the documents that you get with your download. If you purchase the fabric kit, this will be in there as well to tell you exactly what all of these are.
So that way you'll know how much, if you're going to go shop your local quilt shop for a fabric, you'll know how much you need to get.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, what's next?
What's next? Let's see. Let me get rid of that because my brain can't function right. Can you demo how you cover the seam on the back?
Yeah, so I think that she's asking about sashing. And yes, Sue, and I really hate to do this because I'm not prepared. Otherwise, I would give you a quick demo. But we're going to cover that in class 4 of the masterclass in depth.
Yes,
so
we are.
Join us for that.
Okay.
And then someone asked, where do we find the downloads in our order? Don't worry, hang tight. At the very end of our session today, Aubrey's going to show you guys how to access that. Do we have any others that you want to talk about?
Got my battleizer at my local quilt shop, but they didn't have Mary's Garden. They said they could order it for me. Should I have them order it for me? Yeah, they can definitely give us a call. It's a little different. Theirs is a download as well. So point them towards us. We can definitely help them get set up for that. And then you can just order through them. If they are ordering battleizer, they already are a Hoop Sister shop and we can help them out. So I would send them our way.
Awesome.
Should we do the giveaway and then show you how to access your files? Sorry, we're just reading questions.
Yeah. How about covering binding? I assume you're meaning, am I going to cover that in the masterclass? And yes, we'll cover that in class 4 as well. I don't know that it will be live, but we'll definitely at least share a how-to video with you guys. There's so much jam-packed information in there. You guys would be like, I can't sit here for 2 hours with you.
The fabric might be sold out. Someone said it indicates add to wish list. It could be. Oh, okay. Well, as Andy says, there's still 2 in there. So here's what I'm going to do. If you're having individual questions about ordering, I highly recommend getting in touch with Nina and she will help you out. I saw someone else say they can't get the bundle in there. So they're 2 separate products. If you're having any trouble, contact Nina. I'm going to do the giveaway just to keep us moving forward. I'm going to do the giveaway right now. So the keyword is join. So type that in the comments right now. We're going to do the giveaway and then I'm going to move over to the website. I'm going to show you how to access your download. If you ordered and you're like, where is it? What do I do now? We're going to cover that. And that way, if you know how to do that, you don't have to stay on. And if you're curious about how that works, you can. Sound good? Deal? They're all type and join. All right. I am going to share my screen.
Trying to watch for comments that aren't joined.
Yeah. I just saw one and then I moved off of it. Okie dokie. Are you guys ready? There goes another one. Okay, let's pick a winner.
Okay, I'm sorry. What do they win? I know you just said
they're
$50.
winning $50 in store credit. So we have given a ton of free gifts.
Cheryl O'Leary, congratulations.
She's watching over on Facebook. Congratulations, Cheryl. So we have given, I was just going to say, we've given away a ton of free gifts this workshop. We have got that bundle bonus in there, and we've given $100 in store credit away in 2 days.
Yeah.
Too. So fun times, fun times. Okay, Cheryl, I am going to have you to claim your prize. Let me find here we go. To claim the prize, I need you to contact Nina within 5 days. We're going to put a timeline on these because we're having some people who we're not hearing from. So do it within 5 days so you can get your prize, and just email her, Nina@hoopsisters.com. And then that way she knows she can pull your account up based on your email and get your store credit added to your account. So congratulations. Make sure to do that. And then at this point, Sarah, check one more time for any questions, and then we're going to move over to the website, and I'm going to show everyone how to access their download. So if you bought it and you want to download it right now, I'm going to show you how to do that.
Ordered all yesterday, but want to order more Battleizer. Can I still get free shipping?
Pop Nina's information up. And if
Okay.
it hasn't shipped, then we can add it. Okay. So you're going to want to get a hold. You're going to want to get a hold of Nina over the phone or email, and she will help you out and we'll get you taken care of. If it hasn't gone out yet, we can definitely add it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're pretty good on comments.
Okay.
We'll check one last time after you show them, but it looks pretty good.
Okay. And Nina thank you, Nina. She
Oh.
dropped the link to order.
Sorry, I've seen this question a couple times. Are there other patterns to buy? And someone said, after we get comfortable with the masterclass, do you guys have more stuff? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a whole library of designs for you on our
Yes.
website. So yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Let's move over here. So let's go to the homepage. So here is our website. It's just hoopsisters.com. And as you get in here, the very first banner is exactly what we're talking about, the masterclass. We also have other products down below and throughout, but we're going to focus on this right now. If you click anywhere on that tab, it'll take you directly to where you can order. And all this stuff in here is what we kind of talked about, right? So the design, the bonus, the fabric kit, the strip stick, all the things are right in here. So if you're like, what am I supposed to get? It's all right there. But what I really want to show you is how to access your download. So let's say you've ordered it and you're ready. You want to take a look at those guidebooks and things while you wait for the Battleizer to arrive and things like that. Hopefully you guys can see my mouse in the top left of your screen. I believe it's left of your screen. It's left of my screen. It says menu, and you're going to click on menu. And then it's either going to say account or sign in. If it says account, just click there and you're already signed in. If it says sign in, you're going to want to sign into your account. My stuff's already in there. I've done this before. And it'll take you right when you sign in, it takes you right to your order history, which is exactly where you want to go. And your newest orders will always be at the top of this screen. So I just put this in here today. So then once you see this, you're just going to click right on the word Masterclass Quilt and the Hoop 102, takes you in here. And then you will see this black box with the white down arrow. This is typically if you're like, I can't find my files, it's just because you have to click one more step. So click on that. Just think the word download. It's like a download box. And then you'll see all the things that are included. And right now it's a zipped file, Quilt and the Hoop 102. And then I'm not going to do it because I probably already have it on my computer. But if you click on that, it just automatically starts the download process. It'll download to your computer wherever your particular download files go. So is that helpful? Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go down. What color thread is used? Sorry, I see questions now.
Yeah.
What color thread is used? So Jane, our instructions will tell you whether to use a thread that matches or contrast with your fabric. So you can really kind of customize it. I can try to get thread colors and I can share those during masterclass so that we're specific on that as well. But we don't list like specific threads just because I'm sure you've got a big stash of threads. Just pull from there is fine.
I've seen this question a couple times, so I'm going to answer it. And I'm going to show you. So I've seen the question a couple times, how do I get the bundle? Okay. So I'm going to show you just right on our website. If you go to hoopsisters.com, this is what it'll look like. And if you just click on this banner right there, just click on that picture and it'll take you to the landing page that has all the things that you're going to want. So to get the bundle, here is the Masterclass Quilt and the Hoop 102. You're going to click on this and click add to cart. That's going to go in your cart. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up because in order to get the bundle, I also want to get the Battleizer, right? So I'm just going to get this Battleizer here, the 5 yards. You can get the 15 yards if you want, or the 5 yards. And I'm going to click add to cart on that one too. Now all of a sudden my cart has magically 3 things in it, but I only put 2. It's okay. One of them's free and you want it. So I'm going to take you in and view the cart. So this is the bundle. So it's not a specific bundle product. It's just you adding the design and your size battleizer, okay? And you'll notice that it takes some money off because you're gonna get the 10% off when you do that, and you're gonna get that bonus free, okay? So I hope that that helps sort of explain how to get the bundle. And Annie just yelled from the other room, fabric kits are sold out. So no more fabric kits, but like we said, we do provide you with a fabric and thread key so you can go fabric shopping, okay? So you're going to be just fine. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Miss Mary said, can you repeat the line of fabric again? Mary, it was Michael Miller Cotton Couture as their line.
Yes. So when I download Design and open it, I did not find the outline stitch to begin. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, Mary.
Maybe give us a call.
By outline stitch. Yeah. Give us a call or shoot us an email.
Yep. Okay. All right.
I think
I'm just like, I want to make sure I covered everything and everyone has their questions answered. But I think we did. We really do work really hard to make sure that everybody has what they need. So our contact information is on the screen, and Nina is going to help you. So whatever your question is, get a hold of us so that you don't get lost, because we're on YouTube right now and 2 places in Facebook. So we don't want you to get lost anywhere. Contact her and she will get you all taken care of. The thing that I really want to stress before we kind of jump off here is that the best pricing possible ends at midnight tonight. So that means the free shipping, the 10% off, the bundle bonus, all of that is going to end at midnight. It happens automatically while we're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a little bit curious, now is really the best time to do it.
And someone over on Facebook said free shipping with large enough order. Yes, free shipping if your order is over $199. That's how you get free shipping.
And if you're in the contiguous US.
Yes.
So you have to be, it can't be out of the country.
Ooh, and Linda says, what does the back look like? Well, we'll have to cover that more in the masterclass, but this one has a 1-piece backing. Yeah. The other option is to back your blocks while they're in the hoop. So we'll cover that in detail in masterclass.
We sure will. So we're excited to dive into the masterclass sessions with you. Get everything ordered. We'll get it shipped to you quickly, and then you'll be ready to go March 11th. So, all right, everyone, happy shopping, and thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
See ya.